Anyone gonna... Let's wait for a few people to join up the live. No. Hello, mate. Welcome to the live. Hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, get at the poll. I want to know your thoughts on this question. Is AJ the biggest boxing star the UK has ever seen? Is he the biggest star? I put out a video and it done quite well, but people didn't seem to think that he was, so what do you think? What's people saying about this? What are people saying? Hello everyone who's just joined. What are people saying about this? Is AJ the biggest boxing star the UK has ever seen? What does everyone think? Get at the poll. Everyone get at the poll. Is AJ the biggest boxing star? What's everyone thinking? You think he's one of the biggest boxing stars for the UK? I wouldn't disagree. I think commercially, there's the question there, mate, just behind me. I'm not sure if you can see. Commercially, I think he's definitely one of the biggest. Maybe not boxing-wise. Boxing-wise, I could probably understand why he wouldn't be. But definitely commercially, he's sold many tickets, so many tickets. His platform is insane, his brand, I don't know, everything like that. I just don't think we're going to get a bigger star than him for a little while. Do you think Moses Atauma could overtake him? I've heard a lot about people saying that Moses Atauma could overtake him. I'm not sure what I think about that in terms of star power. Boxing ability, yeah, probably, yeah, who knows. But in terms of star power, commercial value, can Moses take over AJ? If not AJ, who would you say is the biggest? I've seen a lot of Calzaghes, a lot of Lewis, obviously. You don't think so? He could go anywhere. Yeah. Moses ain't a bad-looking guy. He definitely looks good in the ring. But I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure if he can overtake commercial value-wise. That's a lot. But then he's already got quite a big fan base. Maybe not so much ticket sales. But I know online a lot of people know about him. I watched Sean Porter's podcast and they were pretty high on him. So I don't know if he's quite reached a name in the States yet. I'm sure the Riyadh season shows probably helped him get a bit of a name in the States. But everyone who's new joining the live, what do you think of the question? And get at the poll. Should be a poll. Is AJ the biggest boxing star the UK has ever seen? What's everyone thinking on that? Feel free to ask me any boxing questions as well. I'll answer some while I'm here. Ask me any boxing. Oh. You believe Porter beats Usyk? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think Usyk's probably he's a generational great, and I don't think anyone really beats him. Well, obviously they do, but at the minute I can't think of many people who would. I would beat Usyk, wait, what? Sorry, I thought you said beats. I feel like a dream matchup. What do you mean he beat Usyk? 1 Lewis, 2 Eubank, 3 Joshua. Yeah, it's not bad. I'd put another post out as well. Do you think Eubank is the biggest? And some people suggest, to be fair. Some people said no, but obviously the post isn't as popular as the AJ one, so I've only got a small comment section on that one. Everyone who's just joined the live, do you think AJ is the biggest boxing UK star? What's everyone thinking? I want to get some more thoughts. I want to get some live thoughts on that. I did put a post out, but I just want to see what everyone thinks while I'm live. Feel free to ask me any more boxing questions too, and I'll answer them while I'm here. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's have a little debate going, guys. Let's get boxing talk going. Everyone who's just joined the live, ask me some questions. You can even answer this question if you want to. Answer yes, answer no, and say why. What's everyone thinking? Everyone, feel free to ask me boxing questions. I reckon I could take him on. What, you think you could take AJ on? You think? You a big boxing fan yourself, or are you just here for the vibes on the live? Anyone who's just joined, what do you think of this question on the back of the screen? Do you think AJ is the biggest boxing? Yo, Dad. Yo, Jacob. No, I like boxing UFC too, not by choice because of my brothers. That's fair. That's fair. None of my family really like boxing or combat sports in general. Obviously, people dabble in UFC and a little bit in the big boxing fights, but I've just kind of took it upon myself to start liking boxing. Have you got any favourite fighters? Anyone got who's everyone's favourite fighter? That could be UFC, boxing, whatever. Leg lock. Fair. Average sibling fight, I suppose. Who's everyone's favourite boxer? Or even UFC fighter? Who's everyone's favourite fighter of all time? Maybe not all time, but even now, who's everyone's favourite fighter to watch at the minute? John Jones. Yeah, I think John Jones. I think a lot of people do like him. Obviously, there's frustration at the minute because he's not fighting Aspinall. But that's what we know anyway. You never know. That could have been confirmed, but just not to us yet. Then Usyk, yeah, I can back that. Definitely recently, he's very entertaining to watch. So skillful, so slick, so intelligent. Yeah, he's definitely a great watch. Everyone who's just joined the live, what do you think of the question? Yeah, doesn't it? I think Aspinall will probably beat him as well. in this moment in time. I think Jones is only getting older, isn't he? But I'm not sure. I think Aspinall will beat him. Bruce Buffer. Why is that? Bruce Buffer. Never really heard anyone say that before, to be fair. I had a crush on Bruce Buffer, but he's not an ugly man, is he? Do you have a thing for like ring announcers and boxing commentators then? Must do. Deep-seated trauma. What fight do you want to see happen this year? What fight do you want to see happen by the end of the year? I want to see Shakur versus Tank. That's definitely one. Fury v AJ. Definitely. Not too sure. I think I want to see AJ. If not Fury, I don't know if I want to see him face. Just depends on the Usyk Dubois winner, I suppose. I do give Dubois a better chance, but I think Usyk will still beat him. I'm not sure why Fury versus AJ hasn't happened. There's been a lot about it, hasn't it, really? But I think we need to make it now. I think now, if not, it won't ever happen. I think now is the time. Can't stand Fury. Why is that? I think Fury, he's a bit like Marmite. People love him or hate him. I think he's got a great entertainment value for boxing. He brings a lot of eyes. He's quite smart selling the fights, selling himself. He can be quite exciting in the ring as well. But I get why people wouldn't like him. From what he's like on the outside, can be a bit much. Does anyone here box themselves? Anyone here do boxing or any kind of combat training, or even any sports? Anyone here do any other sports? Anyone here do any combat sports or boxing or MMA, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, anything like that? Or even any other sports like football, rugby, basketball? Nice. I think it's always good to do a sport. I've dabbled in boxing a bit before COVID. I was doing it quite a bit. But ever since then, my gym kind of shut down and I didn't really go back. But I've been to a new gym near my end and hopefully I've got a fight by the end of the year. I'm quite into the gym and fitness and stuff anyway, so which does help. Are you into the gym? Do you still go since finishing up all your sporting? Hitting the heart with Haymaker, yeah. Hopefully. I'll be bringing a W home, I reckon. That'd be something cool to live stream, to be fair, when it comes to it. I reckon I might try to do that. Where's everyone from in the chat as well? UK, US, Japan, Canada, wherever. Where's everyone listening from or watching from? I do go gym, yeah. I try to go as much as I can, to be honest. It's just my therapy. No? Yeah, it's very good for the mental state, isn't it? For the gym. If not your physical state, which it will help, it will definitely help your mental state going. Just an accomplishment of the day, isn't it? Then you feel better for yourself. From Sheffield. I'm from Ipswich, down in Suffolk. Not too sure if you've heard where that is, but not far from Norwich. About an hour and a half on the train into London from London Liverpool Street. Triple G is the GOAT on £58. Triple G, man, what a fighter, what a fighter. Do you think he got robbed in the first two Canelo fights? What's your opinion on that? I'd like to know everyone's opinion. Do you think Triple G was robbed? Daniel Bucky. Oh, Daniel Dubois. Do you think Daniel Dubois is the biggest boxing star? Is that what you're trying to say? Thanks for the follow. Is it Rue? Have I said that right? Thank you. Who's everyone's favourite young boxing prospect at the minute? I would say, obviously, other than Moses Atama, but yeah, other than him, I think he's quite a generic. He's quite a chill answer. All-time Mike Tyson. Definitely. I think 20-year-old Mike Tyson is the best version of a 20-year-old fighter that you'll ever see. Catchweight Usyk versus Jai. That's got to happen. It's got to happen. That is if Jai moves up anytime soon. I'm not too sure. Will he catch Usyk in time? Who knows? Obviously, he's got his fight this next weekend on June the 8th, I believe, Sunday. Then hopefully all eyes are set on the Ramirez unification. Then hopefully he can move up. But we'll see. Maybe he'll have another fight after the Ramirez fight. Yeah, cruiserweight. Mike Tyson should have been the GOAT. He's still one of the GOATs. He is definitely still one of them. 100%. Lennox Lewis. It's lucky he had the longest arms. Yeah, I saw Sean Porter's podcast. He was kind of hinting that he was suggesting that he thought Moses kind of reminded him of Lennox a little bit. His co-host kind of shut it down a little bit, obviously because Moses is 6'2", apparently. Says he's 6'4", but apparently he's 6'2". Obviously he's a little bit smaller, but I think it's just the way he leads with his jab. Have you seen the video where Tyson responded to put him in a straitjacket? It doesn't ring a bell at the minute, but if you show it to me, I might remember it. Lennox. Do you think Lennox is the best British fighter of all time, or the best fighter to come out of the UK? Is he the best fighter to represent the United Kingdom? Search Mike Tyson for administrator. I'll do it after the live, mate. Thank you. I'll have a look after the live. Lewis Tokane, he did. And even with the losses he had, he avenged them, which is a big achievement. He knocked out AJ about a week ago. DC 180. Did you? AJ's the biggest hype job ever. I think hype job's harsh. He's done a lot for the sport. He didn't face any bums really either. You know, he faced whatever was there, other than Wilder, and Wilder's even openly admitted to ducking him. And yeah, he lost to Andy Ruiz, which is a pretty poor. He's a very frustrating fighter. One of the most frustrating to watch. He definitely could have beat Ruiz. You know, Usyk losses, I think's fair enough, and the Dubois one, you know, maybe it's just Dubois' time, but the Andy Ruiz one, very frustrating. Shouldn't have lost that fight. Maybe if he won it, it'd have been an even bigger name. You know, because he'd have definitely penetrated that US market at that point as well, if he won in good fashion, which he was on course to doing, until he got stopped. Okay, he beat Vladimir when he was 2 years out on 40. He made Dubois. Did make Dubois look really good. Maybe the Dubois fight was, like coming of age, passing of the torch. Do you think Dubois can headline Wembley more times than what AJ has done? Do you think he has that potential? He's only, 27, 28? So he's still got a lot of years left on the clock. Could even have another 10 years, really, in the heavyweight division. But yeah, we'll see. Do you think Dubois can headline more times at Wembley than AJ? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Could be Usyk easily. He did. He lost to Usyk convincingly the first time. A little bit less convincingly the second time, but he definitely should lose. Oh, I mean, he is fighting Usyk next, isn't he? He is indeed fighting Usyk next, which he could lose, but there's no shame in losing to Usyk, really, I don't think, because once Usyk wins, if he wins against Dubois, he'll have one more fight and the belts will probably scatter in between that or after that anyways. Sorry, mate. That's what it says. Biggest star. I think a lot of people were getting it a little bit confused with, is he the best fighter the UK's ever seen? I don't think he is. But star, commercially, I think, potentially. Very big name, sold tons of tickets, done loads of pay-per-view buys, all that kind of stuff. But some comments in the live were filtered. I'd love to be able to see what they were. Who does everyone think is going to win, Usyk or Dubois? Usyk or Dubois? What does everyone think? Who wins? Usyk or Dubois? Mayweather's riding on this fame. What do you mean by that? Who wins on July 19th, Usyk or Dubois? If he can jab better. He definitely's got a much better chance of winning this time round than he did the first time. Hits very hard. He's a super hard hitter. So if Usyk doesn't really want to get caught with anything from him. But yeah, he can't get close enough. That's it. Yeah, that is the thing. He won't be able to outbox him over 12 rounds. Even his coach, I think, has come out and said that. Obviously, I think everyone can kind of gather that anyway. He'll probably take a similar approach to what he did versus AJ. Come out very heavy-handed, pile the pressure on from round one. Do you think Dubois' body shot or low body shot or whatever, low blow against Usyk was actually a low blow? I'm quite torn on it still. I'm not really too sure. It's a very tough one. Do you think that Dubois' shot and Usyk was a low blow? No low blow, yeah. Yeah, I mean, imagine how different it'd be now. He'd have probably gone on to fight Fury. Maybe not. Maybe he'd have then... excuse me. Maybe he'd have still fought AJ. But this time for Unified. Going to stay on for another 2 minutes, guys. Any more things? Any more, comments or questions or statements you want to write in the chat? Bivol is the GOAT. I'm going to guess you mean GOAT. £175. He's definitely one of the best. Definitely now. Him and Beterbiev have definitely cemented a legacy with their 2 fights of each other. As if they weren't great enough already, do you know what I mean? Do you think a third fight comes, and if so, who do you think wins? Beterbiev or Bivol. I think Bivol still wins, but what does everyone else think? Who wins the rematch, or the trilogy match? Beterbiev or Bivol? Moses Atalma. What about Moses Atalma? Bivol moves like a cat. He's got brilliant. He's a fantastic overall fighter. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right, guys, last questions in, or anything like that. Any last statements you want to say that I can quickly reply to before I come off for the night? It's currently 1:30 a.m. in the UK, so I'm pretty tired at the moment, but I'll definitely be back on in the next few days. I haven't been on for long, but it's been pretty good fun. Jake Paul beats them all. Wow. Right, I think that's where we should end it now, really. After saying Jake Paul beats them all. But thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your comments. And Monday. So yeah, I reckon I could get back on later tomorrow or tonight. Sorry, because it's technically Monday in the UK. But yeah, thanks guys. Take care.